There we go. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, now it's reading consisting at 35.66. We will put the mass on. Measure for VAS. Yes, I put the mass on. There, that is more consistent. I did break it in for about another 5 or 10 minutes. So, there we go. It's still not as low as what I like. I mean, that's plenty for anybody. That's well within range of what goes out into production for most companies, but I still want to do a version with the heavier SlimJim copper coil. So, but yeah, QTS is back down 1.8, which people still say, oh, that's too high. Well, it just means it needs to be in a ported box. So it's not a very pronounced Q. It's not a very pronounced Q. So, anyways, there you go. Look at that sensitivity, 79. Oh no, what are you gonna do? It's not sensitive. That's all bullshit. Anyways, I love you guys. That is good enough. That's definitely good for passing, but again, I still want to test another one, which I can build this weekend for Andy, and then I'll let him decide which one he wants. He says he wants another one, but I'm like, let me get two that function the way that I want them to function, and we'll go from there. And just so you know, this is again, this is my version or clone, meaning it should have the same sort of performance value, or I don't want to say value, performance of a W7, meaning that it has a large surround. Now this is the GONZO cone, so it's a little stiffer in the surround, and it's stiffer in the spider. This is a multi-layer spider with the silicone in the middle, so it's a bit more heavy duty, and it actually would perform better if the coil was heavier or if I added mass. But I don't like to add mass just because it's better if it comes naturally from the weight of the coil and all that kind of stuff. So, but then we got the quad stack magnet. Most of this is hollow inside, but it's still quite a bit of ferrite. It's a 3-inch coil. The wind height is 60 millimeter. It's basically the same coil. That's a thin gap, same as the W7. In fact, I'd love to make one using the W7 coil, but the coil is so light, you got to use this really flimsy spider. And somebody was talking about, well, that makes it accurate. It's like, no, not necessarily. There's other ways to compensate that. Like, judging a speaker really is about like horsepower, and there's more than one way to get horsepower. In a, like say a ricer, you can remove some of the weight. So it's a performance to weight ratio. That's what horsepower is. So that's one way to get horsepower. Again, 0 to 60 in say 3 seconds. You can also do what they call American muscle, which is like a big heavy car that's super strong with an even bigger motor. Is that as efficient? No, but you can still get you 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. I mean, that's quite a feat, but you know, of course it's easier to do with something ultralight. And then of course the ultimate is a lithium battery powered vehicle that's on an aluminum frame. That's super light, super powerful, lots of torque, and that's where you can get, you know, whatever, what is it called? Ludicrous speed. So anyways, horsepower is horsepower, and performance is performance, displacement is displacement. Just so to fuck MB right in the butthole, cone area is not king. Displacement is king. Okay? Displacement. So it's bore versus stroke, right? Just like in an engine, right? So what does better, a V8 that's 350 cubic inches or a V6 that's 350 cubic inches? It's still 350 cubic inches. So potato. Then you can get into, well, which one's lighter, which one's heavier, which again, it depends on what vehicle you're putting it into to find out what the horsepower is. And then also what you're doing with it. Like diesel, you like to have a low end torque because you're going to tow with it, or you're going to roll coal on somebody. Either way, it's for a different application. It's not a race car, even though they do that. There's videos you can watch on race car diesels that, you know, whatever, they light the fumes on fire and all kinds of weird shit. Again, it depends on your application. So just because JL makes it doesn't make it good, because if it was good if it was good, everybody would make it like that, which is a flimsy cone that's deep draw because it's weak as shit, and a flimsy foam surround. It does have a unique, cool clamping capability, but then it gets misaligned all the time and they rub, because when you pull them apart, they've been rubbing for years because they've been misaligned. And it's because of that stupid gasket system. There are other ways to do it to keep it aligned and all that kind of stuff. But again, JL is a bunch of cheaters, and it's a shitty product that they charge way too much. So do I hate JL? No, absolutely not. I think they do a great job at ripping people off. That's what I think they do. At tricking the consumer out of their money, like a good casino does, right? You say, that's a good casino. So are you looking at it from the user perspective, or are you looking at it from the owner or investor perspective? See? Whose perspective are you looking at when I say it's a piece of shit? When I say it's a piece of shit, I'm talking about it's a proprietary, expensive turd that I've been able to recone dozens and dozens and dozens of times and come up with my own versions of it. So I know it inside and out, and but people still love it, even though I talk shit about it and I talk bad about it. I'm just saying it's very expensive for what it is. But if you want that turd and you want a more affordable version of it, that's what this is. So this one is only, I think we're doing $350 shipped on it, $400 shipped, something like that. 3-year warranty, all made in America, American ferrite. JL can't say that. So anyways, I love you guys. I'll talk to you later.